morning, y'all, and welcome to Essential Life of Ours. Today we are heading to the produce auction, but first I need the truck.
I have the truck.
Of course I had my eye on something specific, and it was the corn and the red beets. As you can tell, they have a wide variety of just about everything you can think of. They had tomatoes, cantaloupes, zucchinis, onions, peaches, and even berries that are just coming into season. The children were even lucky enough to get a little bit of a snack at the auction this morning. When the auction starts up, you really need to pay attention to what the auctioneer is saying as his words move quickly.
I don't know how well I'm gonna fare after the food runs dry, so wish me luck.
17, 27, 12, up to 24 cherry tomatoes.
Two gentlemen, give an honor, $1.25, $1.50, $1.50, $1.50, $1.25, $1.50, $1.25, $1.50, $1.50, $1.50.
Hunter's ice cream. He got a treat, Raylan got a treat, and then I'll show you guys what we got in the front. Right here we got 5 dozen corn, a snack on top, and 4 pecks of red beets. That's right, 4 pecks. So out here you see the horses. I think that's an Amish wagon right there, the one that's green, and then that one over there is a Mennonite wagon, the black one. This auction is an amazing auction. I think it's called Blooming Grove Auction in Shiloh, Ohio. And we went out to these auctions. So first we tried the West Salem auction, then we tried the Blooming Grove auction, which definitely has cheaper prices and definitely worth it for buyers who are looking to spend less. So if you like spending less and you're willing to wait around to get a good deal, then this is the auction for you guys. But anyways, let's get home and let's start canning. I went to the auction and I got those 4 pecks of beets that you guys saw. So there's 4 of them. They're in sizes from small, medium size to large size. And believe me, they can get way bigger than this. But anyways, what I'm going to start doing is I'm going to start going ahead and cutting the tops off of these red beets. That way we can go ahead and put them in the pot and get them at a rolling boil and boil them for anywhere between 20 to 30 minutes. That way we don't get them so soft that they're fully cooked. Because if you're boiling a large pot, it takes about 20 to 30 minutes to get them at a rolling boil. Once you have them at a rolling boil, you go ahead and you take them off of the heat, you drain all of the water out, and you fill up your sink full of cold water, and you go ahead and dump those in. But anyways, y'all, let's get going. What I'm going ahead and doing here is I'm taking them by the roots and I'm cutting them off right here so that there's none of this root system on it. So I cut them right here, and then I go ahead by the stem and I go just about ½ an inch or less down, and I cut that off as well.
As I am going ahead and starting this process of cutting off the stems and the roots, make sure to dump them in a bath of water to get all of the extra dirt off and let them soak for about 5 to 10 minutes, really depending on your schedule and what you need to get done.
That's okay. She sorts through the stuff and then she takes the red beets that I cut up, puts them in this bowl right here.
Making sure to get my children involved is also one of my top priorities. Over the years, they'll recognize what they need to do and how they need to do it, while watching me and helping me in the process. It also helps stimulate their brain into learning new things, as I could always use this as a way to teach them for school and everything else that they are starting to learn for homeschooling.
And there, you get it right there. Yep. Okay, getting this one. Then right there.
And then let him out.
Okay. Let me do these. No, not yet. Not yet.
Raylan likes to fill them all up on there, Hunter. You gotta make sure to listen. Sisters. Oh, it dropped.
I got juice. That's it. A juice.
Yeah, it's a Baki.
As I'm taking you through this process, everything's in hyperlapse, so it definitely looks like it takes a lot less time than it actually does. I think altogether it took me about an hour.
Here we go, the last of them right there. And we're gonna go ahead and put them in the pot.
You go ahead and take the biggest stock pot you have, because I had 4 pecks of red beets, all done, all trimmed up. I'm going to take a few of these out of here so that they are fully submerged in the water. Once they are fully submerged in your water, take all of the strength that you have and all of the might that you can, and go ahead and lift that thing and put it on the stove very carefully. You're gonna get your lid, peekaboo, here it is. And you're gonna go ahead and set that thing on there. Turn your heat all the way on high. Wait till it gets to a rolling boil, and then once it's at a rolling boil, you go ahead and you keep it at a rolling boil for about 15 to 20 minutes. The process should take about an hour and 30 minutes altogether. So I have the small pot going, and that's not going to take as long, but this large pot, the reason it's going to take an hour and 30 minutes for processing is because you're thinking about all of the time that it's going to take for that water to come up to temperature and finally reach the boiling point. You want to make sure that the skins are as tender as possible so that when you do peel them, they just come right off with the swipe of a finger. Once they are done boiling for that 15 to 20 minutes, what I want you to do is go ahead and take a lid, put it over top of your pot, and let them sit until cool. That means making sure to turn off that heat. Don't forget that step. That is very important. If you don't want to wait all that time, you can drain them and set them in cold water where the process will only take 30 minutes. But the other process gives you a chance to do everything that you need to do before you start putting them in jars. Here's a red beet with the skin still on, and what you want is it to do this.
Yeah.
Just peels right off. Skin's coming right off. You go ahead and do that, and you peel them all off. Then once you're done with that, you're ready to start slicing. Here we are. You take your red beets in your container, your pot here, and you go ahead and you get cold water and you drain it before you put the cold water in. It's really important. And you'll be able to see the red beets better. Milen's getting the water, testing it. What do you think?
Better.
Better. Yeah. The red beets, I'm going to dump them in here. Now that they are all cooled down, I'm going to go ahead and start the peeling process. Once they are all peeled off, you can go ahead and start the chopping process. You can cut them into small pieces, you can cut them into large pieces, it doesn't really matter. Just do it however you feel, whatever fits best for you. And then normally I take the smaller ones and I leave them whole, but you can just do it whichever way you prefer best. Video this part, but they're all cut up, and what you do is you take 1/4 a cup, 60 milliliters, and you go ahead and you pour it into each jar, and then you follow that right here by 1/2 teaspoon of salt. they are, almost all done, and I got 16.5 jars. I went ahead and filled my water bath up so that it can get ready for when I put the jars in. I'm going ahead and filling up the jars with water all the way up to the line, right there. I'm gonna go ahead and wipe each lid and ring off, and we're gonna go ahead and put them in the canner. We're gonna go ahead and take jars, put them in here. Hope none of them crack when they go into the water. And water bath them once they come to a rolling boil for 5 minutes. So what I'm going ahead and doing is setting them down in there gently and adding more water so that it reaches all the way up to the necks of the jars. That way there's enough water in there. Once those are all done in the water bath canner, make sure to only water bath them for 5 to 10 minutes, nothing over, otherwise they will become mushy. But once those are done, you can go ahead, take them out, put them on a towel is what I normally do. Here's my setup right here. As you can see, it was already used for the green beans. Then you can open up a jar after about a week or two, or maybe even a little bit longer. They should be good to go and ready to eat. Now, this is my favorite snack to eat on the regular basis. So if you guys like it, go ahead and give a like, comment, and subscribe. And I hope you enjoyed this video, learning how to water bath, can, and learning how to make red beets. And they're pickled red beets at that. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. Many blessings. I love you all. Have a wonderful day. Unbeknownst to me, that was not the end of it. A little bit of chaos ensued, but let's just say we are so thankful that everybody in the house was safe and nobody was awake when this happened. We got so tired, both of us, that my canner exploded. Yeah, I was exhausted. Do not can while tired. It's all over the ceiling. It's literally everywhere. So, good morning and happy sunrise to all you canners out there, because this can happen and will happen. Literally, you'll hear a shatter, like, explosion in the middle of the night. It does look like somebody threw a grenade in our house. And it's red beets all over the ceiling. Luckily, it was only 3 jars, so there was 7 jars in there, but there were only 3 jars that were full.
3, 4 just be the top.
Oh boy. After the excitement died down and we were really able to grasp what happened, we were so thankful that everybody was okay. This is definitely a prime example of what not to do. My canner was completely destroyed, but I was really happy that everyone was safe.